Okay, today we're going into function mapping. So I want you to look at example 1 that I have written, and I'll give you a couple of minutes to copy that into your notes under example 1 on the left side. Okay, and I'm going to label my inputs and outputs, and we can look at our notes for this. The left side, this circle, is my inputs. And right here I have my outputs. Now what that means is my inputs are my x values. They're what I would put into an equation. And then my outputs are my y values. They're what they're equal when I put my x in. So my inputs are my x's and my outputs are my y's. So when I look at a mapping example, I look at the x that then has an arrow to the y that it maps to, and I write it as an ordered pair. So underneath the mapping, I write ordered pairs for what it shows the x and the y that go together. 1 maps to 3, so the ordered pair there would be 1, 3. So I have that one done. And I look at my next one. My next x value is 2. And as you notice, 2 also maps to 3. So my ordered pair is 2, 3, because remember, ordered pairs are shown as x, y, x, y. So I'm just writing my x and y as an ordered pair. 1, 3, 2, 3. Here's my next one. 4 maps to 7, so 4, 7. And then 5 maps to 8, so 5, 8. Now to check if it's a function or not, I need to check to make sure that an x does not have multiple y's that it maps to. So if I had an x of 1, it couldn't have a y of 3 and a y of 7. It could only have one y for each x. So I need to make sure that the x does not have multiple y's with it. So I'm going to look at each x in my ordered pair and make sure that every single one is a different x. So I have an x of 1, 2, no repeat so far, 4, and 5. So I only have one of each number for x, and it maps to its own y value. So none of these repeat. And if I look here, some of y'all get confused because my y's actually repeat here. But if we look at, let's see, 1, 3, and 2, 3. If we look at a coordinate plane, with these points, I would plot 1, 3 right here, and then 2, 3 right here, and it would just make a line straight across. And that's a function because I can make however many vertical lines I make through it, it's only going to go through once. Now the problem would hit if I had 1, 3, and 1, 2. If I tried to plot this, I would go 1, 3, 1, 2, and all of a sudden I have 2 on top of each other. And that would not pass my vertical line test because it goes through twice. So this repeat, that's not a problem. I can repeat in my y's, but because the repeat in my x shows that the 1 has 2 different y values, it's not a function. So looking back at my mapping, I can make sure something's a function on the map by making sure that each x right here only has an arrow to one y, and that's fine. 1 just has an arrow to 3. 2 just has an arrow to 3. 4 just has an arrow to 7, and 5 just has an arrow to 8.